boys and girls. Nice to see you again. I hope you had a good week. Now, who of you know what the word wisdom means? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Well, when I think of wisdom, there's two people that I think of. The one is my dad, because whenever I ask him for advice about something, he always gives a wise answer. God gives him wisdom when he answers questions and when he helps people. And the other one person I think of is my husband, Ashley. Whenever we have big decisions to make, I'll be the one saying, yes, let's do it. And he'll be like, no, wait, we first have to think about it. And then we end up making a wiser decision than just going with the yes, let's do it decision. Okay? So those are two people that I think are wise in my life. Now, James also talks about wisdom. Let's see what James says. James chapter 3, verse 13 to 18. Okay, if you have your Bible, open it, otherwise run quickly to fetch it. James chapter 3, verse 13. He says, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in humility that come from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, of the devil. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace raise a harvest of righteousness." So James is telling us that there are two kinds of wisdom. Okay. First he asks, who is wise and understanding among you? Now, how do you know if somebody is wise? Well, James tells us. He says, let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in humility that comes from wisdom. Okay, so you will see it in somebody's life if they are wise. James talks about two kinds of wisdom. The first one is worldly wisdom. If you have worldly wisdom, your heart is full of envy, which is jealousy, and selfish ambition. That means you only think about yourself. These people who have worldly wisdom only think about themselves. They don't think about other people. They're forever comparing themselves to other people. So if you have worldly wisdom, you will look at somebody and say, ooh, he's got only TV games. I got Xbox. Or, I don't know, other toys. Oh, he's got a car, but my car's better. Or, they live in a small house, shame. We have a big house. You compare yourself to somebody the whole time, and you think about yourself and how you can be better than other people all the time. That, James says, comes from Satan. It comes from the devil. Okay, that kind of wisdom. But then you get godly wisdom. That is the second kind of wisdom. That comes from heaven, from God. James has a few ways of describing it. He says, if you see somebody who has godly wisdom, godly wisdom is pure, it is peace-loving, so it doesn't like violence and fighting, it likes peace. It is considerate, which means it thinks of others. It is submissive. You don't think yourself better than other people all the time. You accept people for who they are, and you accept yourself for who you are. It's humble, okay? Then it's full of mercy and good fruit. What does good fruit make you think of? Makes you think of the fruits of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Then James says that kind of godly wisdom is impartial. It doesn't show favoritism. Remember we learnt about favoritism a while ago? Well, godly wisdom doesn't show favoritism, and it is sincere. It focuses on God and on other people. It doesn't focus on yourself. Your focus shouldn't be on yourself. It should be on God and on other people. That is godly wisdom. Then, you also remember that Jesus spoke about wisdom. He spoke about a wise man and a foolish man. Now, the foolish one, you could say, probably had some worldly wisdom. Okay, let's read in Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 27. That's where Jesus spoke about wisdom. Therefore, Jesus says, therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice, listen, who puts my words into practice is like a wise man. There we go. Who built his house on a rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man, or a man with worldly wisdom, like James said, okay? Who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash. So, Jesus says that wise people are people who obey his words, people who live for Jesus, people whose lives are built on Jesus as the foundation, and people who disobey Jesus. He says they are like fools, or people who have worldly wisdom. They ignore Jesus' teaching. They don't listen to him. So, to help us think about these words, we've got a special friend today who's going to sing us a song. I hope you enjoy it. He's going to sing his song twice. So if you don't know the words or you don't know the song, listen the first time, and the second time you can sing along. Or you can just sing along twice. Okay, enjoy!
Hello everybody, I'm going to play Don't Build Your House. 1, 2, 3. Don't build your house on the sandy land. Don't build it near the shore. While you build it nice for your house, build it twice. You'll have to build your house once more. You better build your house upon the rock, with a good foundation on a solid spot. While the storms may come and go, but the peace of God you will know. Don't build your house on the sandy land. Don't build it near the shore. While you better build it nice, or you'll have to build it twice. You'll have to build your house once more. You better build your house upon the rock, with a good foundation on a solid spot. All the storms may come and go, but the peace of God you will know.
Thanks, Luke. That was very beautiful. You sang so well. I'm proud of you, my boy. Okay, so boys and girls, think about it. Have you got godly wisdom? Is your life built on Jesus? Built on the rock? Is your focus other people and God? Or have you got worldly wisdom? Do you ignore Jesus? And do you have selfish thoughts? All of us do, I suppose, hey? But our lives shouldn't be built on that. And do you only care about yourself, or do you care about other people? So think about it. Have you got godly wisdom or worldly wisdom? Hope you have a good week. See you next week.